Traveling to Numban, ready for battle.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you? Thanks for the Prime sub, by the way.
No problem.
Oh, I need to update the sub counter.
Busy day of reviews today.
Yeah, I was not expecting this many. I'll be honest.
Back. Hope you're not too tired.
No, it's fine. I've been pacing myself a little bit better today than usual.
All right, cool.
Mostly because I got off to a really slow start.
Yeah,
That
no
first review
worries.
was rough, actually. Um, but
No worries.
let's see. How's this was like relatively early after the review,
Oh
right?
yeah,
This is like the day after or something.
yeah. A day or two after, I tried my best to like practice those flanking stuff you're talking about, and like I watched a Jane video, like Jane from
Yeah, yeah.
Overwatch, and he was also talking about similar stuff. So yeah,
Pretty universal concept. Um,
yeah,
like I think I've been reviewing mostly DPS today, but I also reviewed one. It was literally the same stuff. Just take angles. Just keep taking
right.
angles, right? Um,
Just like pressure them.
yeah. So how do you feel about that this game?
So I may have, how they say like the third time's a charm.
Yep.
It's like the first time is too little, second time's too much, and the third time is just right. This
Yeah.
might have been the second time
Second time,
where
so
I'm
this
going
was
a
too
little.
much or too little?
I might be going too much,
Much? Okay. We'll see.
but you can let me know because yeah.
Yeah. Any specific moments that stood out in your mind, or do you just want to like go over as much as we can?
I don't know like the exact times,
Okay.
so maybe we can just speed through until like you see the flanks, and then we can slow it down or something
All right.
to be more efficient, I guess.
Defend objective A.
All right, you probably don't need a rollout like this.
Okay.
I like this. Just make sure that you're patient here. Really patient.
No.
So remember that like your team's not going this way with you, and like you just chill here until you can confirm whether or not there's anyone up, right? So you just stay here, crouch walk, you listen, right? If you hear Ryan's already up here, you just wait, right? Or you leave. And you're mostly waiting
Okay.
for the enemy team to either drop to do something by your Ryan, or for your monkey to like really occupy them in some way, right? Sorry, I said Ryan. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
but if they're not gonna, if these guys aren't leaving, right, then you just need to like leave, as in, like go either around the back door, right, or go underneath, right?
Okay.
Because you
Is
can't.
it a play to like get their attention for a second?
Not really. Because
That's
like
okay.
if your monkey jumps, right, he's almost never gonna jump at this, right? He's gonna jump at this, right?
Okay.
So if your monkey jumps, what are these guys gonna do about it?
Try to help.
Well, how would they help?
Oh, I guess they can't.
They can't. They can't do anything, right? So what you do, what you do if you walk into them is you give them something to do, right?
Oh, okay.
So you just need to you need to get around them in some capacity, either by like your team baiting them off, right, which is a little unlikely, right, based on what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
or you go around, right? So you go around by either going underneath or around the left, right? Both options are
Okay.
fine, right? But like you don't want to give them something, right? This Ryan literally heard you walking up these stairs and just straight pinned because he had nothing else to do, right? Like he actually had nothing to do, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's not you. Hang on. There we go. So you want to crouch walk this probably? You don't want like this Ryan apparently has very sensitive ears.
Okay. Yeah.
Really good. This is really good actually. Okay, the dude's here. See how you coming. You just kill him, there's your recruit, and then you leave. Nice, I love it.
Switch up the angle.
Okay, that would have been really good, except you saw the Doom over here, and you already know that he wants to go for you.
Mm-hmm.
So manage your threats first, because killing the Mercy is fine, but if you die for it and you lose his positioning, it's not.
That's true.
So just shoot the Doom, right? Do the same thing. You have flashbang now, right? Oh, I mean, you just use
Well, yeah.
but you had
So now I'm just
flashbang,
dead.
right? So yeah, but now you're just dead. So instead, you get flashbang, you can flash him, you can roll away, you can make it messy, you can kill him, and once you kill him, who's going to do anything about you, right?
No one.
Just like walk over here, and you have total control over the entire map, right?
True.
Yeah. So you just gotta
So
chill.
I have to like figure out that he noticed me and then deal with him first.
Yeah, I mean, like he literally was the only one who went for you, right? Over here, he saw you
Mm-hmm.
and just literally, he literally saw you come over here and rolled out and just straight inted on you, right? And then you killed him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got rezzed. You showed up here. What else is he gonna do, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna in on you again, right? And you just got your flashbang back, so perfect timing, right? Yeah. If you lose this fight, that's because like you need to, right? Your team's probably gonna win anyways.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Back into the mix.
Objective A captured. Stop the payload.
So here I was like, maybe I'll go right or something.
Yeah, so if you're gonna go right, you need to do it earlier, right? So the ball kind of
Okay.
interrupted your plans. So just like flash the ball and just like roll this way and start running to the side of the map, right?
Mhm.
And then just hang out here until you have your guns back, essentially.
Uh-huh.
But now that the window's up, you can't cross, right? I kind of gotta chill here.
Okay.
Also keep in mind that this flank is very good and nobody ever checks it. So
Okay.
if you get here early, just hide here. You'll almost never see it. Then like you just walk out, you flash the support, and then you run away, right?
Okay. Yeah. Makes
Really strong.
sense.
Because like I was talking about this earlier. I don't know if you were watching. But like you got to think about like your DPS partner and what angles they want to hold, right? So
Oh
your
yeah,
D-
I was watching that
yeah.
part.
So your DPS is the widow, and your widow wants to hold the long angles, right? This is a
Yeah.
long angle. So naturally, if in this situation you're McCree, and especially if you're playing dive, right? So like it's kind of hard for you to get in there and do anything useful, right?
Mhm.
You want to play the shorter angles, just like either here, right, which is really short, right, or like over here, which is kind of short, right?
Mhm.
But if you can't play these spots, you're sort of not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you have a tracer, right, if you have a tracer, your tracer is the one who's going to be doing this, right? So
Mhm.
then as McCree, it becomes more sensible to just be playing like by this card in a more like standard safe angle, right? But when you have
Mhm.
another longer range hero, you need to be the one doing the stupid tasks, right?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Like it doesn't need to be that stupid, right? But you're the one who
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
to take the more like forward positioning and the closer angle. Cover! No! You got a bit of that straight line syndrome, you know?
Yeah. I wanted to. I figured she would res, so I kind of greeted, but
I mean, you walk out here, see the Mercy not rezzing, walk out further, you see the hog, and you walk back.
okay, okay.
That's how you play that, right? But you look how you play this, right? You got the mega, that's cool. You walk out, and then, like you see the hog, and you're like, oh, and you just walk left. You see this?
Yeah.
You just donated him the kill essentially, right? Made it really
Yeah.
easy.
So I should go back into the cover.
Yeah, just make it hard, right? Just play ring around the rosy with him, right? You have walls, right? Especially, right? And you hear him, right?
Yeah.
You make it messy. It's really hard for him to hook people if they're right next to cover, actually. So you just make it
Okay.
hard. And then you buy time for your teammates to help you in some capacity, right?
Okay.
Hog can usually only stay in one spot for like a certain amount of time because like he just feeds otherwise, right? So he just
Right,
kind of
right.
plays an area and then he gets shot and then he walks away and heals, right? That's sort of his, like his general pattern, right? So he can only stay there for so long, right?
Mhm. Makes sense.
This life's never uneventful.
Right, so you have high noon so you can afford to play the long angle then?
Meteor strike
Yeah.
is ready.
Rip.
Saddle up.
Alright, so where should you go?
I think I went left
Why left?
towards the. Or like that VLC SK that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why this
I
side?
went in there because I figured my team's gonna push anyways. Yeah,
Okay,
and I have a good off angle.
right, so this is a very aggressive short angle, right? It's
Mhm.
like very close to where the backline would be, right? Which is pretty good, right? Especially if you have a widow, right? The problem is you can never ever use high noon from here.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so it's something to consider, right? High noon's not very good, right? But like
Uh-huh.
it's a lot stronger from here than it is from here, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you want to use high noon, you need to start looking for long angles.
Okay.
So just something to think about, right? So I'm not gonna say this is bad because you do have a widow, right? But like there are
Mhm.
certain cases where maybe your widow can play this angle, right? Like you can chill here. This is still kind of a long angle, right? You see all the way to their spawn basically, right?
Mhm.
And then you just chill up here and you wait. And then when they blow their cooldowns, you jump out in high noon, right?
Okay. And how about if I don't have high noon? That spot on the right, does that become less worth?
It's still good. You just want to try and get to like here. You want to
Okay.
work your way to here if you can, right? Because then you can chill up behind them, right? Control this spot if individual heroes come out this way, right? And if they're not individuals, you can sit here and hide, right? Then you can go for like a flank play still. You can just like team goes in, like if your team goes in or their team goes in, and then you just show up here and start flanking them from the back. What are they actually supposed to do about it, right?
Yeah, they're screwed.
Yeah, you can do the same thing from here. Just kind of hide here for a while until something happens, right?
Okay.
But yeah, if you can get here, even better, right? And then if there's an individual here up here, like this a BAP, just like chilling on the high ground by himself, you just walk out, flash him, kill him, and then you go about your business.
Okay.
Yeah, but what you don't want to be, right here, is garbage.
Yeah. with the team.
Sense looks really low, by the way. I don't know if it's like actually low or you're just like you don't actually.
It's pretty low. I don't know if that's good or not.
It's fine. It's just like look how look at your reaction to this ball in slow motion. Oh, that's not the ball. Let's watch your reaction to the ball in slow motion.
I need healing.
Like he just outsped your crosshair movement. You know?
Yeah. Do you have like a recommended EDPI or something?
No, it's all personal, right? But like whatever you need
Okay.
to like be able to like because like I don't know if that was your sense so much as like just literally like moving your mouse faster.
Okay, okay,
Like
sure.
what is your EDPI?
3 times 9, or yeah, 3 times 900. So
Well, that's very low
2700.
actually. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty low. It's fine. It's just like keep in mind that like you need to have a lot of space and you be willing to move your mouse very fast, right?
Okay.
No lazy movement.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, so especially when the Bap's already shown he's playing the high ground by himself, right? It becomes even better going right.
Yeah, because I want to contest him.
ازيك؟
Although,
I just kind of ran
Hey!
behind her.
hey,
Yeah.
right, be careful peeking this, right? Again, right? If you're gonna die here, it's because the hog just throws a random hook and catches you, right? So
True.
you shouldn't go any further forward than like the halfway point on this thing. Yeah, like you're edging forward and you're like, hook. It's like play
Okay,
here
yeah.
and he literally can't hook you.
Okay.
And if he starts walking forward, you start walking back, right?
Mhm.
Back up to here, right? And just and every time, remember with hog, every distance he crosses, he's taking damage, right? So he
Mhm.
can only go so far. If he goes all the way out here, he's gonna run out of HP and he has to heal, and then you can flash him and kill him.
Mhm.
But like, you don't want him. No. It's so free.
What if I'm going for the big brain roll read though?
I mean, you can do it from here though. It
That's
doesn't
true.
cost
That's
you
true.
anything.
That's true.
It's
I just got lucky because he didn't have it.
That was actually a really big play. If if you're in a team setting and it's really important that you force the lamp there. Like you saw
Mm.
the hog leave, just like went for the high noon to force the lamp. That was actually a really big read.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if like that was your intention.
Well, I
But-
only high noon because he ran away. Like if I high noon, he's there to hook me.
Yeah.
Kind of screwed.
Yeah, I actually like
But
that.
I wasn't thinking about the field or anything.
I mean, if he doesn't field, you kill him, so that's also good, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is now I think your Zarya's getting antsy. He's like, oh my god, they use field, let's grab, and they got a hog.
Yeah.
It's still okay. Not exactly what you're hoping for.
got the hot hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your turn's so
there.
slow.
It's a rip. That's actually a good drill I can work
Thank
on.
you kindly.
Those big turns. Oh yeah, so I went right here and I kind of waited.
That's great, right? You're preemptively setting up in a position where you want to be, but it's hard to get to later, right? And you just hide
Mhm.
here, right? That's great.
Mhm.
Stop blocking now. They can't hear. Nice.
Oh, this thing. I should have killed her, but I wanted her to stand still. And so she just gets away.
It's fine. This is a really good time. Okay, don't stand still when you're fanning the hammer. Just
Wait, is that a thing?
Huh?
Like, what do you mean?
like don't stand still.
Oh, like someone can shoot me?
So like someone might turn around. So like if you want to secure the fan, you walk towards her to make sure all the shots hit, right? And
Okay,
then
okay.
because you're walking towards her, you're going to be here, right? So then you roll here and you run away, right? Start shooting.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Otherwise, like if you want a range flash, right? She's like right here or something. You can flash, right? And then like flash and then roll back, right? Like get behind this way, right? But you want to go to one side or the other, right? And if you're going to walk this way anyways, you want to keep walking forward. And
Mhm.
generally speaking, you want to walk at your fan anyway, or at your fan target, your flash target, anyway. Because that's
Okay.
how you don't drop this kill.
Okay. Is that like is it because she was too far that kind
Yeah,
of
she
the
was-
last one didn't
Yeah,
hit?
the last one missed.
Okay, okay. Because that's been happening to me where like the last bullet just misses.
This is why you need to book it this way, right?
Right.
You end it here, and then you try to walk back towards their spawn, and then the Reaper just shows up and kills you back, right? So
Yeah,
you're
no
gonna walk
cover.
like you go cover to cover, right? Even if you're doing a dumb flank, you need to get to cover, right? Then
Okay.
you play the cover as if you're like normal position. If I get striking shot with the Reaper, you're like or the Reaper shows up here closer, right? You just like walk in, right?
Okay.
Now you're covered, and you have a mini, and you're getting back with your team, right? Life is good.
Okay. Sounds good. See that when I looked at this replay, I was like, maybe that was too big of a flank, but it was more of a cover
It was a
issue.
great play.
Group 'em
Yeah.
all back.
It was well timed as
Okay.
well. Like, do you see how no one shot you at all except the guy coming back from spawn?
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
If you feel confident your aim is there, you don't even need to flash as well. You can just sit on the high ground, right?
Mhm.
Just sit here and just start plinking away, right? You just go bam, bam, like bang, bang, bang. Mercy's dead, right? Then you can like high noon or something here if you have it, or just like start shooting them. And the Reaper has a hard
Okay.
time doing anything from. If you're in trouble, you just like
Okay.
roll down and run towards your team, or you can like jump over here. And again, it's hard to get to you, and you roll away and run. There's a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But usually for like low rating players, I recommend just walking and flashing. But your aim's like really good relative to your rating, so probably just like stand here and shoot.
Okay, cool.
Probably not supposed to roll forward there, but yeah. So again, think about like in terms of like angles, right? So ignoring your other DPS and long angle, short angle, whatever, right? In terms
Mhm.
of that, you should have actually gone high ground because it's a shorter angle, right?
Okay.
But relative to the enemy team, you want to be closer or farther from the corner?
I want to be at the corner so I can dodge stuff.
Well, kind of. But if you're too close, right, you just die, right?
Mhm.
What you want is like a wide, right? And if anyone
Oh,
shoots you, you're like really far away, right? And then
oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
yeah, and then you like you could transition this to here, right? And now you start thinking about flanks,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
But you don't want to like walk straight at the corner because that's how you die, right?
Okay.
The corners are good, right? The corners are good provided you already have distance.
Okay. Makes sense.
Do you see how you're really close? And if the Reaper was like waiting for you, he'd actually one-shot you.
Yeah. Yeah. Favorite thing.
Do you see how you take this corner wide, right? You're way safer for it, right?
Hmm.
Like the fact that cart here just like intuitively makes you, but you need to do this all the time, right? If you're intending to play like.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Alright, so I do. That was really good. You're like, no hope. 3 high noons.
Yes, sir. So I need to get to cover here, I think.
Yeah, you do, right? So either you need to walk straight at this guy and finish the kill with your team, right? And that way you can use his cover. Or
Yeah.
you start walking this way and start setting up for the next fight, right?
Yeah.
Hiding and using this, so to make sure you don't get killed from someone randomly from spawn, while you can still contribute on this side of the map because you have range, right?
Gotcha.
But you shouldn't walk wide on this case, right? You should be walking towards him because you know, like, you have all these teammates.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, the boys. This is fine, but like, imagine if you were closer, right? You'd be shooting by now, right?
Mhm.
You have your monkey there to like body bump the hook.
Yeah.
All right, so since you're on this side of the map, okay, I guess your widow's here. So I guess going back is fine. But like, since you're already on this map, I would just turn around, start walking back.
Mhm.
But
Makes sense.
yeah, your widow's already there. A lot less good. To the other side of the map and not main, which is good.
The payload is approaching.
Oh yeah. In this situation, I was like, like I don't know if it was a C9 situation or like I kind of want to move the cart here. So towards the end, I might go in too much, and just let me know what you think about that.
Okay. Alright, so the Reaper teleporting you need to run, right?
Yeah.
So that's good, right? But where should you run to?
Left side.
Yeah, so just start going this way towards your supports, right? Looking this
Mhm.
way. And this is why you need to be able to 180 quickly, whatever your sense is.
Yeah.
Boom. Actually, it doesn't really. And then start walking away this way. LS them as fast as you can, right? Get your healing,
Mhm.
and then go right back. Or like get up
Okay.
here, climb this thing, and now you still have high ground and an angle.
Oh, I didn't even know you could go up here.
Yeah, you can climb this.
Nice.
It's kind of awkward, but
Okay.
climb this,
Cool.
get an angle, right? And then you can potentially like surprise this guy and kill him if he drops or something. Get a flash from above. In case maybe.
Wait.
need
So
a
am I
lot-
walking in that room to challenge a Reaper?
No, well, the big thing is that like you just need to get away from him, because like the Reaper versus McCree matchup is like super dependent on who gets a jump on the other.
Uh-huh.
At close range, anyways. At long range, you always win, right? So,
Mhm.
you
Right.
just need to get away from him and LOS him. That way he's not on top of you. So that way you neutralize his advantage of going first, right?
Okay.
Especially since you have no flash, right? So that's why it's really important. Instead of going this way, where you get shot from behind, go this way, which forces him to really extend to get you. Time your healers can look.
Okay.
And then once you get that, right, then you can do whatever you want. Stay here, right? You can go back around and chase him. This is kind of an extreme case because you don't actually want to spend like 5 seconds rotating. Don't
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
like this.
everyone's fighting.
Yeah, so it's probably better just to hang out even in your backline, to be honest. Fine, and then as the fight develops, right, then you flank again, right, where you like walk forward and just walk up to the spot if there's no one.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
Yeah, you just need to get away from the Reaper. That's a big thing. This is probably not the direction you're running to get away from. Okay, you're
I didn't
fanning.
have ammo.
Yeah, you're fanning with no ammo, and again, you're standing still and not walking at them.
Yeah.
So like, there's a very high chance of missing shots. You died because you were here, not here, right? Or like, yeah, you go out this side of the map and you didn't play this side or this side, so you died, right?
Yeah. So I gotta kind of abuse cover now.
Just because you're flanking, like, you only want to be in the open for so long, right? So even though you
For
go
sure,
in the open
yeah.
to flank, right? To like get to cover. Cover to cover still. It's just with like a random flash kill. in
Form
between.
up, fall back. Group up.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
And you see how like you're not playing close to this corner, you play very far away, and now you don't die.
Yeah.
You should be thinking about high ground. Nice. A little bit earlier though.
Push forward.
Alright, be careful just about walking straight in, right? Because there can be a lot of things here waiting for you.
Yeah.
Alright, they all left, thank God. This is a pretty good high noon. No! Okay. The problem is the cart actually blocks a lot of your LOS for the high noon. The reason why this
Yeah.
high noon worked earlier is because the cart was here, right? You want to stay high ground for this, like elevated. And especially since they're all grouped up and they have nothing, right? This is a great high noon.
Wait, does it go through the tree?
Yeah, the tree doesn't block shots, I think.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like,
That's
I'm actually not totally sure, so it might. But like,
yeah.
but in any case, like, people are not going to use the tree for cover. They're going to run, right?
Yeah,
You'll force
yeah.
a lot of space. You might protect your ball, right? There's a bunch of stuff that'll happen. But if you come out immediately high noon, we see.
Okay, okay. That makes sense.
Fall back.
I probably should have went left there earlier.
Well, your team is losing, so it's fine to just back up.
Yeah.
It's high noon.
Oh boy.
I cannot believe that worked.
That was so risky. Oh, even.
I need healing.
Again, don't play close to the corner. Play back here, and now you don't get hooked, right?
Okay.
Here, you don't get hooked. You're here, you probably get hooked. I assume you're about to get hooked. He missed. Okay, he's bad, but
He should have hit that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was in range. Again, right? If you're further out, right? It's easier to shoot this guy right here, right? Clear the angle just by being at a, like slightly
Oh,
further
that's
out.
true.
And once you are here, you force him out. Big flank, right? And again, you don't need to like even walk out. You don't need to, like this is full committal dropping, right? But if someone backs into you, which is common if your team's winning, so like stand here, you shoot, the Reaper drops, the tanks start running away, things are going well, right? They start backing up. Here around this corner, you get two to three free shots on the back line without even committing anything, right? And now they all turn to look at you and you run away, right?
Yep. Makes sense.
I need a doctor.
Not even looking at the high ground.
I need healing.
I might have not even known that Reaper was there.
And this
Like,
is why
yeah.
this is dangerous. This is committal, right? And you need to keep really close. You need to be pressing tab a lot during the situation where you're just preparing to flank like this. You need to know who's responding, right?
Right.
Because if someone is responding, like remember earlier, you died because the Reaper came out over here and you weren't ready for it. This time the BAP came out
Yeah.
and you weren't ready for it and you died, right?
Mhm.
You need to know if someone's responding because it's because this is the back door, right? And instead, if you just
Mhm.
wait here and you know the BAP's responding, right? BAP just walks out, then you show up
Dink
and you
him.
flash him, right?
Yep.
Then he's dead, right? Or you just two tap him, right, from range.
Okay. So kind of like awareness about the respawn timers.
Yeah. Like anytime you're flanking near a spawn, you need to be thinking about spawns, right?
Okay.
Like it's not a consideration at all for like first point. Second point's really important, or third point's really important. After so small relative spawn.
It ain't my time.
Makes sense. So maybe I go up here.
Yeah, you're going up earlier before this is going on, right? Now you're sort of obligated to go. Oh,
Rip. Hey, if I went up though, I would have lived.
yeah, you would have lived. Yeah.
Let's
Caught this Reaper. He was about to kill someone. never mind, he's bad. Right now, this is a little late. This is a lot slower than this walking. Right? You're gonna end up in the same spot. You're gonna get here and you're gonna. So like, you should just
That's
go.
so true.
You should just go in the main at that point. Team's winning. All right, so it's really important that you don't like you get to this point, keep going, because this is now your closest cover, right?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna like walk back, and you're gonna be sad because you can't shoot anything. Right? And you're exposed. You have no cover, right? You're totally reliant on a cart that you don't control of, and tanks that are dying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get here, you can't stay here either, because someone's gonna push you, right? So you fired like you run over here, you fire 2 shots, run over, and they start running this way, right? It's also why it's important that when you walk out this way, you don't roll forward.
Mm-hmm. I need
You
it.
roll to like get here and then roll out this way, right?
Yeah. Wait, can you go back to the point I dropped? So, oh, is it? Yeah. So it's like there's kind of a lot going on, right? And I think I felt pressure to not waste time going to the side, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to find that balance.
Yeah, so you felt pressure, and that's fine, right? You didn't want to go all the way around here like this, and you see a hog walking out, and he's hooking, right? So
Yeah.
it's fine to go straight in, right? Just remember that you need to get from here to here, right? Because this is
Okay.
your ultimate end spot. How you get there doesn't matter, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like this is normally safer, which is why you do it, right? But the fight is on, right? So you got to go, right?
Okay.
But the big thing is you can't roll off this high ground because you need this roll, right?
Right.
And there's no difference between you shooting here and you shooting here, right? On this hog, effectively, right? Do a little bit less fall off or something. Then when you get closer, then you can like do stuff like rolling over here, and now you're safer, right? As opposed to having to like walk here and keep going, right? This is super risky, right? Which is why we usually go around this place in the first place, so we don't have to roll in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You just start walking back, you have nowhere to go, right? You have no options. Tanks are dead.
But even in that moment, though, if I spent in that moment where I was shooting Hanzo, while he was on the cart,
Yep.
if I even spend a second walking to the right side, I lose line of sight, right? Or no? Maybe
I
I'm
mean, you can
overthinking.
barely see him here, but if you're here, you can see him, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Back up,
Yeah.
you get your cover, right? You get the mini if you took damage, right? Shots, right? You can flank around if you're feeling really ballsy and you feel like you can win this fight. If not, you just fire a couple shots here, bait attention, and then walk and then run away.
Okay.
This is
got
again when you need roll, because like if a hog shows up and you haven't crossed the distance yet, you need to roll to get out.
it. Yeah. Okay. I got it now. Makes sense.
I've got unfinished business.
Yeah. A lot of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Round 1.
Or a lot of this was me taking hard flanks and dying because I'm not taking the cover. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, it's like the next step, right? The next step is living
Yeah.
out of the flank.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, so defense is more tricky for me, because you know it's like it's more about holding the flanks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like flanking if they're being really like obvious about what they're doing,
Okay.
and like you can't do it. Like sometimes they're just strong positions that you hold because.
4.
But then sometimes they're not an obviously strong position to hold, so that's when you get like creative with the flank.
Defend
Okay.
objective A.
So be
Is
careful
this a
with
good spot to stand?
No.
Okay.
You can only play here, right? If you have like, if you're realistically, you should play like right here, so you're further back, and you get you're like a roll distance away, and you're strongly encouraged to have like your monkey drop a bubble for you, or your diva to DM you while you do this.
Okay.
Because getting from here to here is like death a lot of the time.
Yeah. What's like a better spot?
Like
Is
right
it
here,
just
right?
just this one?
It just,
Is there not? Is there a different one?
I mean, this doesn't do anything. All this does is scout what they have, right? Which someone else can do for
Okay.
as environment, right? Stand here, and right?
Yeah.
And it also lets you get some early poke, right? So there's a couple of problems with that. One, your ult is not very important relative to like Ashe or like Widow or Hanzo, right? Even I mean Hanzo ult is pretty bad too, but like it's pretty good on this map because of this quarter right here, right? Like that trippy.
Yeah. What the heck?
But yeah, you can like drag it through this. You can drag it through this. It's like they're pretty nasty, right? High Noon is like pretty meh as far as ults go.
Yeah.
So there's a lot less reason to poke early on, and then second, your hero is also a lot less range than all those characters. So you don't threaten a kill in any meaning, right? You're not an Ashe, you're not a Hanzo, you're not, right?
Yeah.
So there's just not a lot of reason to poke that hard, right? So if you're gonna poke, do it really safely, right?
Mm-hmm.
damage, and then back up, or anything really threatening shows up.
So that spot you just showed would be where you would stand.
Yeah.
Like as the fight develops.
No, at the start, when like we're just waiting for them to rotate and you're seeing what they have.
Or no, you went back a little bit. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, you just chill here. You maybe like move over here depending on the situation, right? Like
Okay.
you have this whole area to work with, and most of it, like enemy team can't see, right? So you can mix it up a lot, right?
Okay. So you wouldn't use the right side, really?
I would use the right side depending on like what you have as your team. So if you have a widow, right? Your widow is going to be
Mhm.
chilling like back here somewhere, or up
Okay.
here or something like that, or over here. So if your widow's playing there, right? Want to be over here, right?
Okay.
Pretty straightforward, right? If you have a soldier,
Yeah.
right? And your soldier is insistent on playing here, right? It's pretty
Yeah.
who actually plays which side better, then you should play here, right? If your soldier's playing here, then you can play over there.
Okay.
So we just want to like create splits, right? So what's happening right now is your whole team is like emphasizing this side and your backline's over here. So there is an argument for playing right side.
Okay. Okay.
That said, your whole team's over here. There's no one's over there, so I would not feel very confident playing that side if like they roll out
Yeah.
like a Ryan just to walk out over here.
Yeah.
So like this is one of those things that's like hard to say because your team's not very organized.
Yeah.
There's not
Mhm.
a clear answer on what to do.
Okay. Okay. Just kind of feel it out.
Yeah. And this is why you cannot be This is why you need to be very careful about stepping too far beyond the corner, right? Because you almost died and
Yeah.
you took your honest nade just to live, right? And you rolled off the map.
She-
Roll off that ground.
Yeah, she saved my ass. This is
Just
too
book it
far in the
to a high
open.
ground somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't dawdle here. You got to keep going, right? I know you're going to
Yeah.
lose out some damage. That's fine, right? But you get set up again. Can't get stuck. Bad. Good. Nice. Now you should be threatening backline, right? Now they got that kill, right? You're not
Oh,
doing
true.
anything over here, right? And you have still a flashbang, so you should start walking over here, pathing closer to them, and see if you can get the drop, right?
True. I think I might do that.
Easy. Need healing.
Don't peek!
Oh shoot!
You're like,
You're right.
I need healing, and then you peek. You know what that's like for your healer? Your healer's like, oh, he needs healing. All right, and he's dead.
True. Literally. Maybe I was like, damn, I'm not getting heals. Fuck
Back
it.
in the
Yeah, but your
saddle
auto was
again.
reloading, right? Like,
Yeah.
your healers are trying their best, right? Even if it takes longer than you'd like, right? They're still going to get to you eventually, most of the time, right?
Yeah.
And even so, right? Even if you don't get any healing, is it better to walk out and die, or at least risk dying, or just sit here at half health for like another 20 seconds?
True. True.
Just sit here and you wait, right? And if nothing happens, you can at least walk back, right? You consider maybe grabbing the mini if it's a horrible disaster, right? Or you can just sit here and at least you're controlling the space, right? The Hanzo is not going to wall climb up here while you're sitting here. You're half health, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotta be patient. Alright, this was
That's awkward
kind of
flashes.
weird.
Yeah, this is the problem with like the fact that you don't move your mouse very much relative to like your sense, right? I mean, you're probably moving your mouse a lot actually because your sense is so low, but you're not moving it fast enough relative to your sense, right? But the problem is
Yeah.
like for this flash, you have to like jerk your mouse down basically.
Wait, down? Oh, so that it hits his feet or something?
Yeah, because he's a lot closer. He's too close to you for like a max range flash, right? So right now, if you wanted
Yeah.
to flash, this would be. Oh, you probably hit him, right?
Well, I wanted him to wraith
Yeah,
because
So you don't wraith, you don't flash, which is fine, right? When he gets
Yeah.
close to you, right? Your next flash, like if you
Now I
flash and you don't
flash.
hit him dead on, right? Which is also projectile, right? So you do aim ahead of his movement. So you have to aim. You have to aim to his left if you want to hit it dead on. It's just easier to just aim at his feet.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to do that quickly. That doesn't cost you any time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you throw it there and you just straight whiffs, right? See how far away this is?
Rip.
It's because you didn't
Yeah.
predict his movement and you didn't throw it at his feet. So as a result, you had to hit him dead on and you missed by a lot, right?
Hmm. Okay.
So you need to get used to at least like jerking, like you need to be able to 180 fast. You need to be able to flick down really fast. The two really important things.
Flick down for the flash, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're feeling
Makes
really
sense.
spicy, you'll be able to also look down, straight down and around really fast. That one's really relevant
Down
against
and-
Genji, in particular, and sometimes Tracer.
Oh, was that for like his reflection?
So yeah, if he dashes through you, you need to be able to like turn around really fast and then also not throw it into his deflect. And in some cases,
Oh,
if he's
okay.
right on top of your deflect, you can actually turn around and the ground behind you and it'll flash him, right? And at that point, you like turn
Oh.
around. Like this is super
I didn't know
impractical. It
that.
almost never happens, but like you can turn around, throw it at your feet, right? Turn back and shoot him.
Dang,
Super
what the heck?
impractical. It almost never comes up.
Okay.
But most of the time, you just roll away and then flash over his head or something.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
It ain't my time.
So why is their feet? Is it just because their hip? Like, how's that work? Is it like their hitbox is
So the flashbang doesn't have
bigger?
detection, right? It just blows up a certain distance away from him until it hit, unless it hits someone, right? Dead on.
Mhm.
So it's sort of throwing at their feet increases the margin for error because anything by throwing at their feet, right? Unless they're jumping over it or something.
Mhm.
And only certain characters can do that, right? Or
Mhm.
what is it? Like even if you don't hit them, right? You just end up hitting the ground, it'll still hit them, you know?
Mm.
Whereas if like you're trying to
Okay.
hit them directly with the flashbang, you have to actually hit it. Otherwise, like it'll go past them, right? They're close enough.
Okay.
Right? If they're farther, obviously you
Okay.
don't want to do it at their feet because like you might
Yeah.
not hit it at all because they're too far, right? You go for more max range at that point, right? But they're
Mhm.
close, you need to go for their feet.
Okay, I'll try that.
I'm on fire.
Oh, he's back.
Ready for transcendence.
Yeah, this was so weird again. I think I messed it up again.
Oh.
Oh, actually, he just TPs.
All right.
And he
So,
kills my echo.
all right. Okay, Anna, that's enough. All right. Do you see anything wrong with this?
I see many things wrong with this.
All right, let's.
They had, well, basically, there's no cover for me. They're all looking at me from different angles, and yeah, I guess that's the main two.
You're no cover. You're being gone on by a ball. You have nowhere to go. You're not high ground, right? Your
Yeah.
back is to a wall, so you literally have nowhere to go. And you're on point. And why are you on point?
No clue.
Yeah. You want point to be a place where every team goes to die, not where you go to die, you know?
True.
So if
True.
you see the Reaper go this way, I know you just lost him, but go this way anyways.
Okay, stay
Yeah.
confident.
Or at minimum, stay here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. At minimum, stay in this area. Don't go this.
Mhm.
Don't just like bot out and walk to point, because this is death, right?
Okay, okay.
Canceled your roll. You got
Oh.
trans and you still died.
Yeah, that was bad.
It'll take more than that.
So I think we just lose that, and then I get ready for the next position.
Did your echo like jump off to swap or something?
Stop the
I have no idea.
Like what? She just walked back into spawn. She didn't even swap. She just ult. So
Oh my god.
some advanced not getting snag attack. So this is one of the cases
Oh yeah,
where you probably need to hide.
I don't win this, huh?
So instead of walking out this way, right?
Stop
This
the
way, your team's
payload.
dying. Right?
Yeah.
Your echo just jumped off the map. You can't walk out this way, right? This is a super greedy peak, right?
Yeah.
This is like the Widow going up for one shot and then running away with grapple or something. Or an Ashe going for dynamite and then booking it.
Yeah.
But you like actually walked out the door.
Yeah, they're all gonna just focus me. So that's timing thing.
That's just like
Back in
reading
the
where your team
saddle again.
is, right? Can you take a fight? The answer is no, so don't even try, right?
Okay.
Nano boost administered.
Alright, long angle's kinda cool, right? Imagine here. You
Mm.
can also get out this
Yeah.
way. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the same distance, maybe even shorter. I've never actually timed it, but like this is
Yeah.
going around, so it's probably like low as well.
Mm-hmm.
But so in high ground, go this way. I think here, and there's no like, because if the fight's on low ground, you really don't want to be here, right? If the fight's happening right here. So if
Yeah.
you come out on high ground and you're like, oh, the fight's right here. I'm in a perfect spot, right? You just don't even move. And then
Mm-hmm.
the fight starts moving back. You start going like, I can still shoot. Fight starts moving back.
Yeah.
You can go through here, and now I'm flanking, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's even better, right? But this is just like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do with
This is
this?
not it.
This is not it. Although this is a decent high noon spot, to be honest. Not anymore.
I just piece out of there.
Yeah, that's fine. Should be going to high ground now, though.
Got through it.
Again, corner, right? Why are you here instead of running this way, right?
Hmm. the wide or like the far corner.
Yeah. Like that says I want to flash, except most things you can flash there are gonna be tanks, and you don't even have flash anyways. You didn't, right? Like, so it's like
Yeah.
it's like super risky for no reason.
Hmm.
I noon flank,
Can't remember, but
flashbang
maybe.
flank. Never mind, the ball's there. Hey, we got him.
Let's go. We take those.
We take those.
But yeah, then you track the ball there, and
It ain't my
You just like
time.
you win a round instead of like just setting up a high ground like by default,
Mhm.
right? If you're here, you're just
Oh,
way
yeah.
safer, right?
yeah.
As opposed to having to force the flank through here. And then because you didn't want to force through this door, which you probably should have once the cart moved past it, right? You just chill here, and then when the cart moves past, you went here. You took the super long way around. You had to walk from here all the way to here to get a flashbang, right? And like somebody will see you eventually, right? So like instead of like going here and then be like, okay, the cart moved past me, I turn around, get a flashbang kill, I go back, right? And now I'm safe, right? You could go all the way through to get that kill, right?
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. That was the big execution error.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dead eyes raised.
I do kill.
Maybe.
It's high noon.
Hey, it's massive.
Let's go.
Look how nice this angle is. So when
Yeah.
they're running away, right? Where should you go? We just talked about it.
When they're running away, I think I should go in that doorway up there.
Yeah, just keep going, right?
Yeah.
Watch what you do. I assume you're going to start walking any second now, but I just want to show what you did for a second. So they're running away, backing up. See that? Sending you reload.
Yeah, that's wasted time.
You're actually just not. You're just done. Your fight's over. You decided that you were going to 80. You're going to practice 80 strafing. See that, right? Again, it should be pretty natural, right? This whole high ground, just like
Yeah.
the last one, is like your whole is your playground to work with, right? So like,
Okay.
this is your defensive position. Back up, right? Your mini, right? You can go out here if you really need to dodge like a sniper or something, and then you can potentially flank down through here, or you can just like keep going, right? As enemy team moves back, you go through here, and as enemy team goes around the corner, you try and catch up with them. And when the fight's over, you back up, right? And you never have to leave the high ground, right?
Okay. So lots of area.
Yeah. Very speculative. Love it.
Mercy's taking me in a gunfight.
Ambitious.
Yeah. Sag.
Hey, got him. Yeah, be careful how you peek though, right? You only need to peek this far to see that Mercy. Peek out
That's
again
true.
as she starts moving forward, right? And then you run because you're
Yeah.
risking dying to the Hanzo, right?
Mhm.
Nice. Look how easy this is.
Yeah.
You're playing duck hunt.
True.
Forced out the beat. They're still losing. Oh
Oh.
wow, so easy. So relaxing. Oh hey, look, the Reaper that's not shooting me.
Dead eyes
Free pot shots.
Oh hey. Oh, okay, you gotta hit the flash. So either you
Smooch.
flash when he goes right at you, because he was going straight at you for a second, right?
Like Wazdi at me? Debiki or like straight down?
So either flash right at this instant, just like put it in front of him, like right here, and you'll flash him because he's going straight at you.
Mhm.
Or you wait until he's trying to pile drive and then you flash.
Mhm.
Or you wait until he pile drives you and then you flash on the ground, right?
Mhm.
Any of the three scenarios, you just need to hit a flash here so that you don't die. That's it.
Okay. I think I didn't do any of those.
excuse me.
Right, you don't die anyways because it's very hard for you to die there. Actually, like you would take less damage and you do way more. You could probably get a kill off it.
No, that makes complete sense. Yeah. This is sus.
Like Jesus, take the wheel here. You're like, please DM me or I will definitely die.
Yeah.
Oh, he's giving you bubble.
Please, Diva.
He's trying. He's trying his best.
I got the
Right.
boys.
Yeah, your boys are trying their best to save you here. Hey, you got him.
Take those.
Get back to high ground.
Yes, sir.
Fall back.
But I should definitely wait on the high noon until they push up more.
Well, the big thing was that like, just walked out. They all looked at you and took a shot and immediately high noon. So like you were half health as you high noon because like you were eating focus right as you did. Because like again, like what does the enemy team have to shoot besides that, right?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. So then just happened to have both tanks with you, and they both dumped everything on you, and that's how you got the kill. Right. And then you also jumped down and had to like instead of just chilling here.
Hmm.
So there's just no reason to force it, you know.
Yeah.
But look, do you see that Hanzo? He sees you, and he's like, "I'm out of here." He just gave up,
He's like,
right? Straight up. He has a
"Hell
mercy
no."
pocket, and he's just so scared of you, right?
Hmm.
Now this
The
is your
battle
spot.
pressure.
But again, you don't need to do this right now, right? What is the enemy team doing? What is your team doing?
I don't know.
Jack all. They're all sitting around doing nothing, right? So you should
Mhm.
wait, right? Because now you're going to eat damage, and then you're going to take attention, and then you're like it's going to stagger the fight, right? Like what's going to happen is you're going to demand pocket from the Mercy or from your Ana, right? And then your monkey's going to go in, and then he was not going to get pocket from the Ana. He's going to have to jump out or something, and he's going to take the Ana nade, and suddenly you're continually losing bleeding resources.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Wait,
because
can we
you-
go back for a second?
Yep.
Because I think I was waiting. I had like no information because like I didn't see anything, but I heard the Sigma ult, and I think that's why I moved.
Well, you see this, right? And then you're already thinking about going to it, right? You're already walking.
Oh, okay.
Then he ults, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
The big thing is like the Sigma ult is sure it's like it's doing something technically, but like positionally, what are they doing? No one's committed to anything yet.
Hmm.
The Sigma ult.
How do I know that? How can I figure that out? Is it just sound?
You look at the enemy team and you see all of them in front of you.
Oh, like peek out right here.
I mean, you were here, right? You saw everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're sitting. So you see the Hanzo, he gets scared of you. You're also scared of him, to be honest, but like he was more scared. So
Mm-hmm.
right here, you see both tanks. Notably, you see this guy, right? And you see the Hanzo, right? That's half the team, and you see the Mercy beam, and you see the Ana because you shot at her, right? Or you see this, right? So you
Mhm.
know the entire team is in front of you and to your left, right?
Mhm.
So if the Sigma ults, how fast can they follow up on that, right?
Pretty slow.
Pretty slow. They're not there, right? The ball's not in position behind you guys. Like you have no idea what the Reaper, like he's not important, and you know the Sigma's in front of you. Right?
Yeah.
So if he ults, right?
Oh, I
Just-
I get it now.
Yeah, this is like 4 seconds ago, right? Less than 4 seconds ago.
Yeah.
You know exactly where everyone is except the Reaper. There could be
Yeah.
only so much going on, right? If you're really not sure, turn around and look at your team. Is anyone looking like they're fighting someone, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This is
True.
the body language, right? Yeah. If your
True.
Ana is like strafing and ducking and crouching, like you know something's going on back there, right? And the health bar's becoming yellow, and you're like, huh, interesting. I think she's fighting someone, right? But if like everyone's just standing, like everyone's literally standing still in your team right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like these two are
True.
literally just having a party.
That's so. They're literally. Wait, what are they doing? Wait, go back. No, no, no. Like, I think the Echo was literally just looking at the Anna for a second.
They're just having a party. They're actually having a party.
Like,
Wow, I wonder if there's a fight happening in my backline, right? Right? You can read it, right?
meanwhile, I'm just panicking, anxiety, just checking the freaking front line. Like,
I mean, you saw them. You know where they all are. They're like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Sigma is not threatening if they're not collapsing on it.
yeah.
It's really not scary. Right, this is over focus on this, right? Does it really matter if you kill the ball right now or do 400 damage? Like you did your damage. You put like 3-4 shots in, right? Guard your flame, right? Guy climbs up. You
True.
know he was climbing up earlier, and he's pushing you now, right? He should be scared of you, right? Again, DPS matchups are very heavily dependent on who gets the first jump. Right?
Mhm.
He shows up and he logs you, right? Suddenly the flashbang's a lot less scary because he can kill you before you kill him, right?
Mhm.
If you're right here waiting with a flashbang, it doesn't really matter unless he headshots you right off the bat.
Yeah. Let me defend that flank.
The last time
So
you
how would
just
that
sat-
look like? Oh, sorry.
Like-
Go ahead.
The last time you just sat here, you killed the Mercy, right? You peeked out, you killed the Mercy by doing this, and then you went back and you killed the Hanzo from here.
Yeah.
Then you went back, and then suddenly the thing was your oyster. The big thing is you can't give
Yeah.
up this part of the like stuff, right? This is the area you want to fight in because your
Okay.
opponent is a Hanzo, right?
Yeah.
Your opponent was a Genji, right? Who's closer range, like a Tracer. Want to play a little bit further away.
Mhm.
But because you're more threatening at close range than he is, you want to play tighter to the door and more enclosed areas. You want to keep threatening this over and over
Okay.
again until he either leaves, right, or you kill him, right, or he forces you out. Sometimes he can force you out, right, by shooting you, and that buys
So-
time to get healed, right? Because if he forces you out, like say like he hits a shot, you miss your flash, and you back up, you roll out, right, and you hide here.
Uh,
Now you can get healed, right? But if you get shot here,
Doomered.
Yeah, you're doomed.
Mhm.
But instead, if you're here, you fight him, right? You either get the kill or you don't, right? Um,
Mhm.
Now, right, there has to leave.
Yeah.
Or, right, like running away from the hiding from you. You can chase him, just kill, find them. That
Mhm.
like kill. Or you won the flank, so back, right? And now you can shoot
Yep.
back again, right?
Mhm.
But you gotta expect him to contest you. Especially
So
since
how would that look like if the ball is like jumping in there? Am I just ignoring him or something?
you can put some shots into him, and as soon as you hear anything on your side, you turn and look at that instead.
Okay, so I gotta use my sound more.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Let's start over at the beginning.
10 seconds
Lock down and
remaining.
we win.
The payload has reached the chip.
Barrier activated. Ready for transcendence.
I'll be going aggro right now. Again, your character is much more threatening at close range and long range.
Mhm.
Up here. Wait. Wait. So if they're dragoning, what do you think the enemy team is doing?
Pushing?
Pushing in, right? So like last time, right? They pushed past you. You gotta go, and you went all the way around, right?
True.
So what does this look like to you?
Deja vu.
Deja vu. This looks very familiar. You know? So if they're like if you're late to the flank, don't force it, right? Come back, and you're gonna be in the perfect spot for another flank later, right?
Mhm.
This is like setting up a concave. Like the dragon's gonna come out, the keep doesn't die, they're gonna get forced back, presumably. Maybe keep will walk to here, and then suddenly you're like, oh, free flash above, right?
Mm.
Or you can late
Okay.
flank, right? You can show up later, right?
Okay.
But like, yeah.
Yeah, they have time to look at me. Oh well. Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
Got
I think this is the last fight. Running out. And by
Dive.
running
Sure.
out of time, I mean we're out of time 10 minutes.
Oh shoot, yeah. We don't really have to look at this replay, honestly. We can just sum up.
Alright, so big things for you. Mostly just trying to figure out how you're gonna live after you fly.
Yeah.
And then also and just like understanding like what's gonna happen as you go into your big thing like this was like very obviously and like how you're supposed to set up the flank. So as the cart went past you, you're like, well, I can't just show up here now, so I'm just around. And then you had to go all the way back, right? So like understand like you sort of have to interpret what the team's gonna do. So up here, you
Okay.
gotta interpret the Hanzo that somebody's gonna challenge you up here. Ready for that. Either it could be
Yeah.
the ball, it could be the Hanzo, no matter who it is, but someone is gonna go for it, so you gotta be ready.
Uh-huh.
Likewise, when here, you gotta understand the cart's gonna move this way because your team's giving ground, right? Likewise here, you gotta understand the fight's gonna move this way. Team is giving ground because they're all right.
Okay.
So blind dropping down and chasing is really hard, right? If you are gonna do that, make sure you
Yeah.
check your corner first. Like at least look and be like, hog. Once leave.
Bye bye.
And then when you're up here, right? When you're up here, listen to your left in case the hog sees you, right? And is like going up the stairs after this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That way you know the hog's coming up, and you can like either lay a trap for him or hide, right? Hide here, and the hog will be like, I don't see a McCree. Leaves.
It drops off.
Yeah, and then suddenly you're behind them with high noon or something. But you
Okay.
gotta be flanking. The reason why flanking is hard is because you sort of have to like you gotta know the map first. You gotta read the map, and then second you
Right.
gotta interpret what the enemy team's gonna do, right? Based on your information. You gotta
Okay.
make a reads on what they're gonna do. And so in some
Okay.
cases, right, you present the information, right? Dragoning. Does that mean they're pushing in? My team is backing up. They're not counter ulting. Back. In a scrim environment, you would like listen to what your team is saying, right?
Right.
So if they pop dragon or something, teams like if they dragon, I'm gonna trans, or like or someone just says I'm transing, right? Suddenly team's resisting the dragon, right? Forward. Suddenly this flank is really good because every team's gonna be backing up into, and you drop down, and you flash someone, right?
Yeah.
Always just look check your corner.
Yeah.
But if like in a ranked game, like you can stand like if no one on your team is ulting back, time to go back, right?
Yeah.
Set up the concave. Because like if you think about it in terms of like, I don't way of drawing. Okay, so if like this is a pretty common like a battle line to be drawn. Like both teams have like
Yeah.
a like small concave around a choke, right?
Yeah.
I'm just
U
finding
shape?
random geometric shapes to for some ideas.
Yeah.
So if one team were to push in, right,
Mhm.
then suddenly if you just hold your position, you're on a concave, right?
Mm.
See that?
Yeah.
And then if the other team were to back out, then you need to push the concave further to get the concave.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Surround them,
that's
kind
what
of.
this is, right? So if your team
Yeah.
is pushing in, you just need to hold your ground, like this
Yeah.
spot right here. Get a concave, you get a flank. But the enemy team is backing out, then you need to extend to get the drop, right?
That makes sense. Gotta move the concave around.
Yeah.
With them. Okay.
So we
That
have to
makes
read
sense.
what's going on, right?
Okay. So the whole point is to keep the ground, kind of, not
Yeah.
necessarily like get in there and get a kill
You're just trying to
necessarily.
maintain the concave at all times, really.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
And that's why when you're attacking, it's really important to scout the edge, like where the edges of the concave are, so you can. So
Perfect. Yeah.
So if you're on defense, right, team has control or like has control of the cart, and you're on second, and you walk out, right? This is why it's important for the whole team to go high ground and clear it, right? That way you know there's no one up here,
Yeah.
and you can see if there's anyone up here, right? There might be someone hiding here, there might be someone hiding here, but at least there's no one here, right? Directly above you. Whereas if you walk out like
Mhm.
this, like fight's done, they're above you already.
Yeah. Doomed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Questions, comments, concerns?
No, I covered it all. Thank you so much, bro.
All right, no problem, dude. Hope that's helpful.
All right.